here with Sam. Sam is still having some dinner. He'll be back in qualifying. No worries for that, people. But here we are after a long time waiting from last time in Japan. After some good races last season, Michael winning the championship with Mercedes. But yeah, I really can't wait for this season. It's going to be a long season, 15 or 16 races if I'm not wrong. But yeah, these are the drivers now. We have in the Mercedes, we have Simon and Maiko, still as last season. In Scuderia Ferrari, still the same as last season. On the way that's changed a bit. Steve moved from Alpha to Ferrari. Joran stayed at Ferrari. At Red Bull we have still Monster, and next to him is friend Lucas, which is a good lineup, strong midfield lineup if you ask me. Luke, the Renault reserve. In the Haas we have the full Portuguese lineup of SHR and Marco aka Poppa. Both moved from a different team. Marco got from Alpha and SHR from Racing Point, if I'm not wrong. McLaren we have Lorenzo and Jamil. Jamil moving from Toro Rosso to McLaren. Lorenzo staying at McLaren. We have in the Racing Point we have Ice-T Beats. He's a new driver, and we still have Henners. Who I think is also a good midfield team. All the teams are really good this season. Lots of good drivers would join the Renault team. Probably is Rafa staying at Renault. We have also in the Toro, so we have still the transferred from Haas to Toro Rosso, and the G still in the Toro Rossos. And in the Williams we have now Thomas who stay there, and his teammate Sam still needs to join, and probably Sam joined the lobby. Who is this? Higgins? I don't know. Sam still needs to join.
Well, I'm back.
He's here.
Yeah, I just need to...
I was talking about the other side, the driver.
I had to leave you a little bit because I got my teammate. I don't know what I need to do. I'm confusing.
Sam joined.
That should be 5 minutes though, so...
It's good, it's good. We have a full driver, we have 20 drivers.
Wow.
Which I'm pretty excited for the first race of this season.
Looking impressive.
Impressive, yeah.
I hope it's a good race as well.
Yeah. It's going to be an amazing race if you ask me already. Yeah, now we have to wait 1 more minute till we start the session for season 4. The first race of season 4. First qualifying session of season 4. Everything is new for this season. Let your predictions know in the comment section so we can have a look at them and yeah. We're rating up already. It's pretty quick, but Sam will join in the qualifying, but it's not really hard to do it on your own. Sorry. Love this. Was Alpha full grid interested? Yes, it is. It's a full grid. Where I am, we already got 10 viewers, which is good. AMG, Maiko, Sam and Ice-T on the podium. I think Maiko, Thomas and who's going to take P3 is still a surprise. Maybe Sam, maybe Simon. It could be everyone, but Maiko is always a podium contender. Thomas as well, but I think Australia's track for Thomas. But we will see what the qualifying session does as first. Here we are. Oh, it says Yeah, 1 of 3, but it's probably a bit of a glitch. It's a qualifying. Good luck. Yeah, now it is good. Yeah, good luck drivers. If you're watching, have a good stream. Get some chips with you. Take a drink. Get ready for the season opener of Formula EuroLeague. Here's some cars being fired up. It's a Renault, and I don't know which team is that. It is Luke. It's Luke, Hannah, Ice-T. Jorn getting out. Jamil is in the McLaren on his way out to the track. Same for Paul and Lorenzo. So 2 McLarens already out for their first lap of the season. Toro Rosso will win this championship. I don't know, mate. We'll see it. Anything can happen on lap 1. That's very true, my friend. It could be that the first 2 guys are going to crash the front row. You don't know. You can't predict these kind of things. You just have to see it. What happens? Here we have Sam. Can he take his first victory in the EuroLeague after being robbed of his victory on track in Singapore, which was, I think, the best race of the league might ever. If they take me out, the reserves are running. You never know. Only Monster and Lucas and Marco in the pits, Red Bull and one of the Haas cars. Paul was the first one to set a lap time. He switched to Alpha. He is the first one to set a lap time in season 4. If he doesn't invalidate it. Being consistent driver, German friend. Being loved by everyone. Maybe he can be the surprise of the season. I don't know, you can't. We might get a bit of an idea who is being the championship contenders after this race. You don't know it. It's early to say. But we'll go on board with Paul. I didn't really like... Oh, Ricky retired from the session. I don't know what happened there. Maybe crashed somewhere, probably it is, but he'll start from the back probably. But here, coming to the last corner, is a tricky one. Might invalidated it there, but has he? No, he hasn't. It's 121.2. It's a fast lap, if you ask me. I couldn't match it. Here we have Lorenzo. What is he going to do? It is 123.5, and Luke crosses the line with a 121.0. Jamil with a 121.7, and I still with a 120.9. And it's a Williams to cross the line next. It's Thomas or it's Sam. It's Sam with a 129.11. Can his teammate beat it? Yes, he can. It's a 128. It's a Ferrari next to be out line. Jorn with a 121.7.1. Sorry. Is it the Haas next one to cross the line? Yes, it was the last place for SHR right now. Rafa and P8. Who's it left them? MDG 9th place. What can Maiko do? Can he beat the time? Yes, he can. 124. 4/10 clear of his championship rival from last season. Simon in P2 is a 1-2 for Mercedes right now. Who's the next one to set a lap time? It probably is Steve. Or Jelle going to the pits. Yeah, that was a bit of the first runs for everyone. Mercedes still looking pretty dominant. like last season. Maybe the Williams team can hunt him down. But here's Steve. Doesn't miss the first round. He's going to be dead on Friday. So yeah, he probably missed round 2. But yeah, we don't have a problem with that. We have a good crew behind him. Monster, Lucas and Marco on their outlap. But first, what can Steve do in this lap? Oh, and he's going to the pits. Yeah, no one really to set a lap time right now. Marco is the only one to set a lap time now. Maybe with Rafa. I don't know, he is not setting a lap time. So it is only Marco now. Might have validated his time there. Yes, not setting a competitive lap time. Probably invalidated it earlier in his lap. Yeah, Lucas then the next one to set a lap time. After returning to Red Bull. Some guys are on their outlap. Ranson needs to get out of the way of Lucas. Doing it nice. Lucas can continue on in his lap. Top 3 still in their pit boxes. With Joran, Jamil, the Rafa, SHR, NDG, sorry. Steve and another. Those were the guys who are still in their pit boxes, but some guys on their outlap. In my opinion, it's a bit of a difficult circuit. Australia, it's not really providing good racing, difficult to overtake. But yeah, it's a classic season opener. So yeah, Thomas out of his pit box on his outlap. Oh, and it's a P3, surprising P3 for him. 127. Well, good lap from him, mate. From you, sorry. Ooh, Rafa 3-second time penalty collision with ice speeds. Ooh, what happened there? I don't know, but the fact is 5-second time penalty for Rafa. Here is Sam, maybe trying to get his 4th or 5th pole in the league, if he has that pace. Going a bit wide there, but no problems. Maiko is also on his time lap, and Simon is on his outlap. What can Sam do? Up to P2, only less than 1/10 behind Maiko. Good lap from him. Jamil's then probably the first one to set the lap time. Oh yeah, sorry, I want to enable lap time. Sorry, I will do. Sorry for that. But Jamil next one to set a lap time. He doesn't improve in position, not in time either, I think. Then Thomas is. Oh, he didn't improve his lap time. He might invalidated his lap. Oh yeah, he didn't improve it. Sorry. Up to P4, it's a Mercedes Williams right now. Probably MDG next one to set a lap. Oh, and Michael improves his fastest lap with a 1:21.7. Hello, Sam. Here we are now. Hello. How was dinner?
That was alright, mate, thanks, but enough about my stomach and more about the action going on right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, as the Mercedes is now back to 1-2 there, as Botdo says lap time. So far in this session, as I've not been here for half of it, who's really impressed you for it?
Yeah, still the dominance of Mercedes. Again, like last season, but Williams is a bit like the Ferrari car doing. Watch Monster his lap. Sure, I'll do it. He's on his time lap. Sector 1.
Maybe put off a little bit by Lorenzo there, so be aware of that.
Lorenzo's the next one to set a lap time, or oh, he's on his out lap.
On his out lap, he went a little wide, but could have caused a little bit of there.
Monster might getting a bit of dirty air there, so didn't get good apex on the corner. Ooh, now coming up to the fast chicane. Ooh, missing the apex there. Oh, locking up in the fast right. Oh, and he spins and crashes, losing a bit of his front wing end plate.
Got too much momentum. Who was that? Was that SG Racing there?
Someone.
SG Racing or someone. Just behind them.
No, that's probably MDG. But it was Lorenzo behind them. So he is on his timed lap now. The only one with a timed lap. Marco only P11. He's now on his timed lap. Probably is come to the pits or doesn't know. Yeah. Doesn't see.
Watch out for Lorenzo Bandi. He comes through the final corners now. 2 more corners to go.
Him.
See how he does.
He didn't set a lap time yet.
There's something you need to take into consideration. What's it gonna be? 1 minute 22 dead.
T14.
Not the best of laps for him, but remember, obviously, if he finishes outside the top 10, you do have a choice of tyres. You've got all the freedom in the world to choose your strategy. Talking about strategy, what is the race strategy around Australia?
I think it's soft hard or medium hard. Lorenzo coming quite fast through the fast chicane, going a bit by the exit. But it's really tricky strategy. It's tire wear is quite a tricky thing on this track.
Not really the most demanding tracks on the calendar, so that's something to take note.
Is he breaking this lap? Yes, he is.
Oh, SJ's got a little bit, and he's gonna have to divert from his lap.
Oh,
and he may start getting
to
another
cancel his lap. Am doing now a in lap or slow lap?
I'm on board with Luke right now, the man who I believe finished topped last week in the pre-season, so I'm just going to stick on board with him, see how he does.
I'll do.
He's a pretty interesting name. He wasn't mentioned to me as a title favourite, but he looks pretty quick and pretty
he's
consistent.
reserved now because he doesn't really has the time or likes to go in without ABS, but he's a pretty fast driver. I know him from other leagues. He's pretty fun guy to talk with. So yeah, what can he do? He can one podium master, yeah?
Let's see what he can do as he goes around the final few corners into the final 2 corners. Very tricky through here. You mustn't get too much of the apex. Just try and get a bit of the apex.
Yeah.
This is the outside line. It comes around the final corner, takes
Getting
it
a good
rather
exit.
perfect. And let's see what his time's going to be. It's 1 minute
P3.
23. P3 there for Luke.
It's really,
like I said,
it's really close in the top 3, 4. Really.
Like I said, he's a very interesting driver to watch out for this season. Obviously, unfortunately, it looks like he's a reserve, which obviously is not the best thing for him. Henners has not set a lap time right now. He is back in the pits. He's got to get out as soon as possible. Luke's retired for this session.
Yeah, probably save his tires.
That lap. He's just happy to set that lap, and he's just gonna go. Just retire.
Who's the next one to set a lap time? Jorn. Now coming to the first corner.
Van Raj is not going to set his lap, and look at Uran right now. Uran's going to be interesting to watch.
Jorn.
Jamil as well.
Jamil going wide, almost crashing there or invalidating his time.
He's invalidated.
Yeah.
It's not what he would have wanted, as Uran is now coming up towards him, so you must make sure he gets out the way, Jamil, otherwise it could definitely affect Uran's lap. But here it comes. Is he going to be moving out the way? Yes, he is. Very mature from Jamil there, making sure that he's not in the way of any drivers. Very good lap so far from Uran. It's going to be interesting because it looks like a pretty quick lap that he's going through right now. This part is quite important though. You must not lift off too much. You must take it rather perfectly.
Did he invalidate it? It's a tricky corner, especially when you have not really much grip in the race. You easily can spin. Lorenzo also cancelling his lap as he gets out of the way of Joran.
Doesn't look like he is stopping his lap, so it looks like he's still going to go. Monster retires without setting a lap, so he's done for the day. And let's watch now the Ferrari of Uran.
Marco retired from the session. It's P5, good lap from him, 125.
No one's going to stop the Ravage.
Thomas, watch Thomas is coming over the last corner right now. Is he going to steal pole from Maiko, his championship rival from last season? No, it's only enough for P4, 123.
Not what he would have wanted. He probably wanted a little bit higher. Just watching.
Watch Simon coming. Maiko improving his pole time. Can his teammate Simon catch up to his lap?
You get into the 1 minute 19.
Oh no, he doesn't improve his time. Maiko did 1:20.87.
Watch out for Fel Lucas. He's not on for the podium spot, but he could move up 1 or even 2 positions right now. Which is not good for SJ Racing in 5th place at the moment.
Steve might give him a bit of a slipstream there. Or is he too far away? Yeah, I think he's too far away.
Lucas around the final corner, interesting exit, but let's see what his lap's going to be.
It's not an improvement. Might come for another lap. No, he isn't. But his first one was quite good. He got P3 in his first run, but it's only your first run.
SJ Racing is going to be probably our next big name to cross the line. He's obviously a prospect to win the title this season, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can do on this lap.
He invalidated it. No.
Oh, that's not what we wanted to see.
Disappointing results for Williams so far.
Yeah, but look at Luke separating the 2 Williams from the 2 Mercedes.
Yeah. The Thomas is. Oh wait, sorry, I was watching Thomas. Sorry.
Oh, you're watching Thomas. Nah,
yeah,
Thomas
now I'm watching Sam getting a bit of a slipstream. Off the Renault.
I was going to say Thomas probably would not set a faster lap time anyway. But look at SJ there!
Oh, nice save!
His lap. That's compromised his lap. That is unfortunate. That was a brilliant save there. Very strong hands.
He's gone really fast.
Unfortunately, though, it's not the lap he would have wanted.
Who's the next one to set a lap time? IST might be the next one. Can he improve his P8? Oh, there's a Ferrari in the way. Steve getting out of the way nicely. Steve only P10.
Yeah, well, that's distracted him a little bit. I can easily tell like, this guy's a little bit wide there.
Yeah, and it's...
What's going to come across the line? It's going to be a little bit up.
Not an improvement.
Nothing enough for improvement.
I think it's a really interesting grid for the race.
Look at the 2 Toro Rosses in 13th and 14th. I want to see what they can do. I feel like they could go much faster, especially Marco and Popper. All the way down in 12th place. That's a little bit of a surprise to me, considering that he's
season 2 championship winner.
Obviously, so it's going to be... Oh, Jesus. There is a Williams in the wall, but obviously we've all finished now, so nothing would have happened. But
Yeah.
I'm surprised to see him down in 12th. Everyone's qualified on the soft, so no one's worried about what tyre they're going to use. They're pretty certain that they're going to all use the soft tyres.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see, though, what laps people come in the race. Obviously, with a packed out 20-man grid, it could be obviously a very difficult race ahead for a lot of people, especially.
I think someone is going to be chaos. With this many drivers, but this is the driver lineup. Maiko in P1 with 1/10 of a margin to his teammate Simon in P2. Luke in P3, Thomas in P4, Sam in P5, Jorn in P6, outstanding qualifying from him. Lucas in P7, Ice-T in P8, Paul in P9, Steve in P10, Henners in P11, Marco in P12, disappointing qualifying from him. MDG in P13, Lorenzo P14, Jamil 15, Rafa P16, Lorenzo P17, SHR 18th, Monster 19th, and Rike failed to set a lap time in 20th place, same for Monster. A bit of disappointing qualifying from Rike and the Monster there. After both looking good in practice.
It'll be interesting to see what they can do from the back of the grid, see if they can rise up.
Yeah, maybe they can do Marco winning from the back. He did it last season, did it 2 times in Singapore and in Germany.
Not sure about that one.
Yeah, he did it. But
Yeah,
Singapore was a really chaotic race.
I'm not sure that's going to happen again. 20 drivers, you've got to get past 19 to be exact, actually, not 20 drivers.
Yeah.
A 20-man grid, it's almost chaotic most of the time.
Probably always battles go on.
Australia in a trap for chaos, but we'll see what it proves today, and obviously it's going to be interesting to see what the Mercedes can do. They are Constructors Champions, and obviously the Drivers' Champion is on pole as well. It'll be interesting to see what they can do.
Pull his momentum on.
So it's a formation lap, it's the first thing that we had to get underway with.
Yeah. Oh geez, look at that beautiful 20 drivers. But like in real life, Mercedes dominance.
Yeah, but obviously then you see a rather irregularity in the next 3 drivers. Renault first, and then 2
Williams, Ferrari, Red Bull, Racing Point. Fun fact about Luke, his driving number 95. He took it because he's a fan of Lightning McQueen. He told me that. But yeah, Luke, really fun guy to drive with, to talk with, a good friend as well.
It's rather interesting to see what he can do.
Can he maybe get his first win of the league? Who knows, it's going to be a really interesting race. We might see Marco fighting from the back, as he's in the sandwich of a Toro Rosso and the Racing Point. He's just in front of the 2 Toro Rossos. Oh, and there's Henner's going wide on the formation lap.
Surprised people can go wide on the formation lap, if I'm honest. It's not really a lap which you have to really be under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, fun fact, when you, like in real life, you want to get your tires, let's say, weave from left to right. In the game, probably it's giving you more percent of your tires, so tire wear is affected on your formation lap. That's a thing that you might have a watch on when you're doing your formation lap.
Look how spread out the grid is, so obviously 20-man grid. It's going to be even longer.
It's going to be chaotic.
It's going to be even longer though for the wait for AMG, the champion from last season, to be waiting on the grid. He'll be waiting for a longer time, as it looks like. I mean, 20-man grid is a lot of cars to get through. Some of them still have not made it to 2 corners left. He's now on the final straight. Let's see what will happen then. It's shown some unpredictability, but before we start this race, I just want to know, what are your predictions?
Yeah, I think his teammate Simon is a bit like Lewis Hamilton, Bottas, Michael being Lewis Hamilton and Simon being a bit of Valtteri Bottas, so might do see Simon 2.0. Would be good to see winning him the title, but here we are. Yellow flags being showed. Everyone is on the grid. It's 5 lights. And away we go, and who gets a good start? Michael gets a good start, Williams as well. It's a bit of chaotic. one of the wheels going to the left. Is there a crash in the start?
Maybe near the back there. Jamil's at the back. And there's a
Jamil got a crash.
Everyone seems pretty clean though. Jamil, I don't think has got any damage. He's just stuck at the back. He's falling right to the back and
Marco making a one place, nothing changed. Oh, and there's Lorenzo spinning.
And there's the other McLaren spinning.
Yeah, Lorenzo, not really good. Oh, Sam going a bit wide in the corner there, making Lucas who might attack him.
Oh, has to be careful there. He almost made the move on SHR.
And Sam defense is nice from Lucas. But maybe Simon can take the pressure onto Maiko and overtake him later in the race.
Watch out for Lucas here. Oh, he's spun. He's got it
Lucas
spinning.
Spun. Oh, and he's taking out and off with him.
Paul as well. It's Paul who's gone off with him.
Oh, and Lucas got wing damage a bit, but now falling back to P11.
Oh, Jamel's out. Jamel's out. Paul's hit Jamil. Jamil, I think, got a bit of a wide line, and Paul clipped his wheel, and Jamil is out of the race.
Jamil.
That is devastating news for Jamil, but devastating start for the season for McLaren. Obviously, the two drivers at the back of the grid, two drivers spinning, and both with major damage.
But top 5 is still really close. Top 4, sorry. Anyone could win this battle. Maybe Thomas wins, maybe Luke wins, maybe Michael stays on top or Simon wins it. Maybe someone crashes. But Thomas might looking to overtake Luke for the last podium spot. 28 laps to go. Ice-T got a really good start already up to the P6, battling with Steve, pushing him wide there. Oh, Ice-T he's going over the grass. It's a three-way battle here. Oh, and Bjorn goes down inside. Oh, it is a double overtake for the Ferraris.
Alonso absolutely... the door just so open there from Ice-T, and he has to be careful of that. The two Ferraris working together as a unit there to literally cause that to happen. And look at Marco Papa up to 9th place, just behind these guys.
A good start from him.
Could be up to 6th
I'll
place
take a look at the front.
It's got a little bit wide there, but it doesn't really matter too much. He's starting to catch with Ice-T a little bit. Loses a bit of time, but back at the front then, how's it going? It's all just a massive train at the moment.
Yeah, it's a train. Sam can't keep up with the pace. Maybe he got some damage. Yeah, no, he hasn't got some damage, but just can't keep up with the pace.
There's a little bit of a gap starting to form there between first and second. That's probably because Botto is probably trying to hold up these two, knowing that he is not as quick as his teammate, obviously, as shown by who is the world champion here.
They are on the same pace, but maybe Maiko is being treated as first driver, #1 driver, but maybe Thomas can make a move on Luke.
We'll see what they can do. Obviously, everyone is equal. It's all about driver pace here. Team pace does not matter too much because they're all.
Who can manage their tires as best?
All about time management and pace, obviously yourself. But look at Luke. He starts to fall back a little bit from the two Mercedes. And
Luke also making a small mistake here and there, going a bit on the grass. But Thomas falling a bit away, but catching up quite quickly. Thomas getting a small kind of oversteer moment. I'm enabling the telemetry and the Thomas might be struggling with his tires already, overheating them. Where are the battles? It's a battle with Rike and Lorenzo, aka Yellow. Henner's 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look at this battle. Can Rike, after starting last already up to 14th place, make a move for 13th place?
Look at Monster as well, up to 12th place. I think he started 18th as well, or 19th place.
Yeah, 19 and 20 for Rike, catching up both quite quickly. There's a yellow in sector 3, can you take a look?
Is that an Alpha going slow? That's Paul going slow there. I don't know what's happened to him there.
He got damage again. Or he still has the damage from the crash.
I don't know what's happened there.
Oh! Rike retired from the session with a crash with Henner.
What just happened? Oh my god.
It's a massive crash. Henner's like a roadblock on the road and Rike just drove straight into him.
Well, we were talking about Rike's race going amazingly
really
right now.
And then he... Oh, Elja got on wide on the curbs.
Big time of commentator's curse right there with Rike. Unfortunate for him though, he'll have to go again next week.
Yeah, it's still a train in the top 4. Sam can't really keep up with the pace in the front. At the front. Oh, and there's a Michael going wide and losing 3 places. Oh, and there is some damage for Wu. For who is it? For Thomas. Paul retired from the session as well. Look at the top 4. It's really chaos there.
Oh my word. They're all side by side. Watch
someone
Luke
lost
here.
a bit of wing damage.
Watch Darth FIFA as well. He's got a massive
look
move
at the
on
Mercedes.
Oh,
Jesus.
Mercedes. Oh, look at this. Mercedes on the inside here.
Yeah, Jesus, what a battle. Oh, Mercedes 1-2 in one sector going from 3-4. Oh, and there's a battle between the two Mercedes.
And he came on the outside. What a move there. On the outside.
Let's see what quality Michael has as a driver champion. Jesus. What a drive to watch.
Showing us he is a champion there. We've got to be careful though.
Oh, Sam made a mistake there, but saved the car. Jesus, what a chaotic thing in the race. Look at the 2 Ferraris also battling for P6.
Nothing's happened to AMG there. He's gone right off Darth FIFA at the moment. Darth FIFA and Luke are now battling for the lead, but Luke...
But someone got damaged, but who got damaged? I had her in the pits. It's not Thomas, not...
It is Bokdo. Bokdo was the one that got damaged. If you look on his left end plate there...
Left end plate, yeah. Aye. So he might have to pit on the... change his front wing on the next pit. In the next time he pits. Jesus, what a... chaotic, yeah. Never thought this trailer could be this exciting. And with all the caused by Michael going wide on the corner after the fast chicane on the grass, which leaving Luke and Simon and Thomas a gap to get in.
Darth FIFA may take a move on Luke. Looks like Luke's got enough momentum to keep in the lead for now.
I'm taking a look at the battle between the 2 Ferrari guys. Mark already up into P9.
He's back into P9. He's lost that position obviously by going a little bit wide, but he's back into P9. And look at that spin from Ice-T there. It's going to be 8th place. Is it? It's a side by side, pushing
each other off. And it's a bit of hard play for Marco.
Oh, what has happened to Ice-T? He's now about to lose the position. Oh, and a spin.
And a contact with SMD. Oh,
gave him no space though. MDJ has spun, but there was no space for him. No, Ice-T gave him no space pretty much. Not what he would have wanted. Probably a bit furious and frustrated with himself and obviously with Ice-T, but
yeah. Probably Ice-T got a bit of grass on his wheels and after his battle with Marco, but he just gave him no space. Oh, what happened to Marco?
Oh, Marco got an issue. And look at this on the outside, the Alpha Romeo
making a bit of contact.
The racing point, excuse me there, I didn't mean to say that. And look at Marco, he's going very wide in the corners. Gotta watch out, be careful.
Locking up everywhere.
No. Hasn't got wing damage. I wonder if that locking up though is greening his tires.
Sam is in the pits. Sam is in the pits this early. He might is starting to get tighter. Is it a front wing change?
For an insane undercut in my opinion, but Darth FIFA is getting well away from AMG. And talk about Darth FIFA, they're side by side, him and Luke. And he's just about
they're battling for the lead, and oh Jesus, Thomas is in the lead, but Sam got a regular pit stop going to the mediums.
Oh, Luke almost spun it. He was close to spinning it. Good save.
He might be frustrated to get overtaken, but Sam got in the pits for his medium, so he's probably on a 2-stopper. Yellow in sector 3. What has happened there? Oh, Marco spun!
Oh! Yeah, his tyres are completely gone!
Oh! Whoa! Really dangerous and re-entering the track. Jesus.
Now Luke gets a free second time. Yellow flags in sector 3.
Probably for Marco.
Will be for Marco.
Henry retired from the session.
Might be because of Henna's, but no one really to mention.
Oh, what's Jelly? Got from P13 to P9 already. Good start from him.
Oh, Luke's now coming into the pits, by the way, so this is going to be interesting to see what the undercut codes for him.
Oh, same for Boktor.
got to that's damage, so I wonder if he's going to change his wing as well.
Probably, I think you need to have all the downforce you can have, but it's going to give him some 5, 6, 7 seconds extra on his pit stop. Steve was in the pits, Ice-T as well. Luke comes out on top of Simon. Oh, Steve even overtook Simon in the pit lane.
Oh, look at SJ. SJ has passed pretty much everyone.
Oh, he's now also in the podium position. Before, sorry.
Ahead of him is Luke. Luke's well away from him, so Luke has perfected that strategy by going a lap later. And Darth FIFA is now probably under a little bit of trouble because Luke is now up to 6th place and he has a lot of clean air as well.
Yeah,
this is
but Luke going on the 1 stop and Sam on the 2 step is... Oh no, sorry, he's on the hard... Sorry, I saw it wrong. But is Thomas going to react on the undercut of his rival in this race? Is he going to take an undercut? Or trying to prevent the undercut from Luke? Sorry. He still has the hot breath of Michael in his neck.
Hopefully these two made the right decision here. The Mercedes driver, the champion, obviously.
And he's going to the pits. Same for Michael, so it's going to be a pit war. But we're going to spectate Luke coming now to the corner after the fast chicane. Is Thomas going to stay ahead of him, or is Luke going to retake the lead? Who's going to come out on top? It's probably Sam.
Oh, sorry, it's Thomas.
Oh. Yeah, Thomas stays in the lead.
Step out. Let's see though, he will have DRS.
Oh, they're really close.
Oh,
look at the advantage that is tied already on temperatures. Sorry. Temperature. Sorry. Oh, Marco going off track. Actually, they're making a lot of mistakes this race.
Yeah, the champion, obviously, the champion of season 2, not obviously doing well so far. Kind of struggling a little bit. Needs to snap out of it a little bit and start driving properly. Otherwise, he's gonna see himself in a very poor position. I suggest get those soft tires off first because that's not helping him at all. You can see how much he's struggling.
On the mediums, the first place after starting 19th, and he has it's a battle for the lead here with Jelle and Monster.
So
they both have to pit still.
He's got a 3-second time penalty, so obviously penalties will come into play as well. So it looks like how close these guys all are. All these 3 guys. SJ's moving up and up and up, but problem is so he's 5 seconds behind 3 leaders.
Marco making another mistake, I think, because he lost the place to Steve. But the top 3 is really close. Tom is trying to break the slipstream from Luke.
But Luke is going to close it in on Darth FIFA. This is going to be good though. Onto the straight then, where surely Luke will have an opportunity here to get into Darth FIFA's neck.
Is he going to send it? No, he's being smart.
Just waiting for time to play its toll because he knows that he's a faster driver. He's definitely waiting. And look at that AMG going a little bit wide there, caught a little bit.
Yeah, maybe he tries to do a big ballsy move, so I like to call it.
Yeah, look how much time though he's lost in that bit. Now he's coming back again at these two, but these two are still focusing ahead, seeing who's going to be leading this race. Obviously,
yeah, but the Monster and Jelle are going to play a part in it as well, giving Thomas probably DRS. Monster on the medium, so he won't pit in the future.
That's Thomas's gain there. Luke is falling back a little bit from Thomas, so he must be careful not to fall back too much, because otherwise he could lose that DRS.
I'd rather be Luke right now.
I would rather be Luke. Thomas at the moment.
Thomas is feeling all the pressure.
Obviously, if the 2 front runners hold him up, then Luke has definitely got an opportunity.
But Thomas gets DRS now, so I won't have that advantage. Thomas wants to get past Jelle as quick as possible.
I don't think he's going to get past here, is he? He's only going to close in on him.
Jelle really holding him up, but he isn't. He is allowed to fight for position.
Watch out for Luke. Luke has DRS as well. They're going to go all inside line. Luke is going to have the inside line.
Oh, Jesus, that was clean. Just about. past Yellow being there. A bit
Oh,
of
well,
descent.
look at AMG as well, and they got
Oh,
wide.
he got wide.
He's lost
Losing
some more
again a
time
position to Yellow, but Yellow is allowed to fight back, as it is for a position.
Let's see what Lorenzo could do. He's gonna just hog the track and look around this on the outside. AMG trying to figure out why he's champion, but he's still not past him.
Yellow
Look
riding like a Williams. Look how much time he's losing, already 2.5.
Exactly.
And he got past him.
Yeah, now he's got a catch-up game against these two other quick drivers who look to be getting inevitably away from him.
Sam probably gaining time right now.
FIFA will have DRS into the next straight, it looks like, because Monster is getting caught up, but also Luke will have DRS, so we'll stick by FIFA.
Thomas wants to try and overtake Monster on the main straight, but I think he's too far away from that. We might have the same scenario as last lap.
See what he can do, as he's got DRS now, he's trying to get further, he's not rushing anybody,
he's too far away.
He's just going to stay conserved for now. This is helping Luke out a lot, as Luke is able to close in. He'll have DRS again, so will Thomas.
Is he going to pass Monster here?
He's going to have to do it on the outside.
Win him a contact.
A little bit of contact. And look at Luke. It's little Luke as well. They're going to be side by side. Luke's going to be pushed wide. And FIFA does...
it's difficult. It's probably because Monster... Yeah, he's allowed to fight back, but... Yeah.
So
Marco in the pits. Oh, look at Simon back in P14. What happened to him?
What's happened to Marco? Why is he put on the intermediates? Marco there, he's put on the intermediate tyres. I'm not sure if that's the strategy. I'm just going to around, but I mean, I'm guessing he was trying to put on the hards. He's accidentally put on the wrong tyres. That's a bit of a...
He's really on the intermediates.
That's a bit of an embarrassment for him there, but see if he can nurse his cars through to the next lap. He must be absolutely...
But what Simon down in last place.
He's got another bit of wing damage there. Not 100%
He got wing damage, he changed his wing.
On the medium tyres, let's see what he can do.
He can ride it to the end.
I'm sure MDJ is looking to his side and thinking, what sort of strategy are you on? To Marco there, because obviously Marco is on the
Yeah, Marco on the intermediates.
What an embarrassing race he's had so far, in my opinion. Not the race he would have wanted. He's been spinning, he's been locking up, he's not having the race. But let's go
not
back
the race
to Luke.
he wanted.
Luke may have not the momentum just now, but he's going to close in on Thomas, and Thomas needs to be aware that Luke is just behind. Monster as well, just falling back now, and that's not helping out AMG either, because AMG is still stuck behind by a second. So Monster's still keeping ahead of him.
2 seconds or more. 2.1. He's behind.
Slowly slipping away from his grasp of title. Not the title, the first
but
race.
The thing is, if Luke wins this race or get a high podium, maybe a team is going to sign him, but it's on him. He wants to be reserved because this might give him the boost to still drive as a main driver. I hope, because he's a really talented driver. So. And my car finally got past Monster. Can Luke maybe make a move on this main straight? Probably not. He's now 7 tenths away. 6.5.
He got a poor exit. I don't think he's going to pass him anytime soon. He's got a poor exit. Maybe he has a little bit of a run on him here, but
he's saving ERS really for an attack probably.
Here he goes. So he's going to use it up now.
He saved ERS for an attack, which is probably now.
Thomas is not scared at all. He knows he's going to keep the lead for a little while longer, as it is a yellow flag set to 3.
Monster and Yellow are into the pits.
I think that was CL who has had a little bit of an incident. He's probably just spun around, and there is yellow flags again, and it's something to do with his Renault here. He's got a little bit of wing damage, but he's going into the...
Oh, he's going into the pits. Do you think Simon can still fight back from 15th place? To the point, probably.
In my opinion, he's way too far at the moment, because I don't think any people will be making more pit stops. Maybe Raj is out the way, but they've still got a lot more.
Have a look at the battle between Thomas and Luke. Luke here going... Oh, contact!
He's a little close again.
Oh,
Look
going
at
on the
Boto.
cross. Luke bit weaving left to right and making contact with Thomas there. No one got
Close
damaged.
Gonna be close on the straight. It depends on the exit that Luke's gonna get. Is Luke gonna get the better exit? I don't know.
He got the double DRS Thomas has.
Let's see what he can do here. He's got a way better exit than Thomas there, and Lau has a good chance to make a move on it perhaps. Have to do it on the outside of him. He'll have to do it anyway, and Thomas kind of squeezes him there.
It's just so difficult to overtake on this track.
It's difficult to overtake, and obviously you need to make these overtakes pretty swiftly as well, because otherwise you can get caught in the backside, and you do not want that. But let's see what Thomas can do to defend from Luke, but Luke is quite close to him. It's a pretty decent race from these two so far, but AMG, the more these two battle, he will be catching, and he'll be catching them pretty quick.
Yeah. He might be the surprise. He might get a surprise that Thomas and Luke make contact and he retakes the lead. Or is it going to be Thomas who wins or Luke? Or maybe they... Yeah, go ahead.
Thomas seems to be getting much better exits out of some corners, so I'm just wondering if his setup is a little bit different to Luke's. Maybe Luke is on a higher downforce one. Sorry, Thomas on a higher downforce one.
Yeah, I know Luke always, I know his setups, he always uses low wings so he can get better speed at the straight. But I think Luke is just, Thomas is just running higher wings than Luke. But Luke also really gaining much on the straight but losing it in the corners.
That's a lot on the straight there though, Luke, in my opinion.
Well, let's take a look at this battle between Simon and Lorenzo. Oh, and Lorenzo makes a bit of a lock up while but he has damage, I think. They're going side by side, but ooh la la, they're going to make contact. No, it's a really good move from Simon. GG's to him. Really good move, swooping around the inside or outside. Outside it was.
Watch on MDJ, by the way, he's on the straight there against CL, but CL looks like he's got enough straight down to left to go, and he should be able to be home and clear. Watch the two Ferraris though as well. The two Ferraris very close to each other all race.
But can MDG make a move on CL, SHR? As I like to call him. He's around the outside, but he can't get past. SHR defends really well. Let's take a look at the battle between the two Ferraris.
Don't really seem like a battle to me.
MDG overtook SHR. It's yellow and it's SHR probably spun.
Oh, he's
he spun. Probably a bit of a side pot. Not the thing you want as SHR clanmates.
Luke's kind of falling back from Thomas right now. He's not really pressurizing him, which is good for these two, just because they do keep ahead of AMG, obviously. For the time being,
Michael not really catching up. 1.8, 1.76, 9, a bit like that, but he can't get really much closer. And this might be the season of Thomas or Luke, if Luke races more often. Or is it Michael just not having his day? Look at also the Ferraris, both quite comfortable with 18 points if it stands like this. Williams probably taking then the constructors lead with the 25.12 points is 37
points.
Yeah.
Watch out for Luke though, because Luke is still pressurising Thomas there. Thomas has a little lock up. So in terms of the tyres right now, it could be interesting at the end because it looks like
Luke with a big lock up.
As I say that, once again another commentator's got to say that he's managing his tyres well, and then he makes that massive lock up there straight afterwards. Not going to help him at all, but look how much that's gained for Thomas there. Just like you said, Thomas too is getting away out of the exit of corners, and that's not helping on the straights for Luke. So Luke's setup clearly is probably worse, but he's sticking with Thomas right now, and this is where this is part of the track where maybe Thomas does improve though.
Yeah, But Dylan says in the comments, why isn't Luke winning well? It was a bit of chaotic couple of laps ago, which gave Thomas the lead, and now it's really it's just really difficult to overtake on this track. Oh, there's a yellow in sector 2. Marco crashed in, yeah, what it is. A shame of a race.
Oh, at the race, he would have wanted Marco, obviously. Very disappointing performance, yeah. I have to say.
For
first in, obviously, just locking up everywhere,
yeah,
destroying his tyres.
But the Haas looked really strong, with SHR being a good midfield runner and Marco good. Oh, there's again yellow.
Sector 3 now yellow. That's to do with.
Might be for Marco.
It might be, but watch out for Luke as well. Look,
yeah,
how they got away.
Really close.
AMG actually, they've got away because AMG now 2 seconds behind, so no threat from these two, but these two are close to each other.
Yeah.
Hopefully Luke can make a move soon, because we are kind of starting to get stuck with moves as Lucas pits at the back there.
Look at Monster in P8 after starting last. Really good job from him.
Had a pretty brilliant race, and you said about Opto getting into the points, and obviously he's 12th right now.
And also mention Lucas fighting again from the back after getting a good qualifying, but crashing out on the first lap. Now ready up at P10 after just pitted. He just pitted. Yellow also in the points for Toro Rosso. Sorry, my voice is a bit dead at the moment. It's like a bit of cat and mouse game right now. If Thomas makes a mistake, it's done for him, you can say. And still, the Ferraris are really close to each other. Thomas made probably a mistake because Luke is now really close to him. Oh, and MG's in the pits. But it's a bit of a... Oh, Jesus. But it's a bit of a boring face in the race. Yeah, it's not really... We're having big attacks from some guys for big battles. But this battle is going on for almost the whole race. Yeah, the top 9 is on hard tires. Simon, 15 seconds behind Lucas, so I don't think he's able to get back into the points, but he got the fastest lap, so... Oh, look at Luke really pushing really hard now. Oh, he might fancy the overtake around the outside. Oh, and he almost loses the car, and he locks up.
Good for the Mercedes behind.
Yeah, and it's good for Thomas as well. He's now 1.1 clear, but it's a bit of a probably tire managing mistake, overheating his tires and probably locking up because of that. who's there in the wall? There is someone in the wall. It's... there was a... Oh. I got a bit confused with Henners. But here we have Maiko not using his DRS, which is quite strange. As he's now might able to overtake Luke. Sam is a bit quiet.
I'm a bit quiet right now because I've just got to sort something out. That was all. I'll be back in a little second.
But now it's a bit, can Maiko overtake Thomas? Or can't he? Because I think he really wants his victory back. After it was not really robbed, but he made a mistake which costed him probably his race win, or... Yeah. I don't know. Sam not keeping up with the pace of the guys in front of him, but running quite good in P4. And no pressure from the Ferraris behind him. But yeah, he's just doing quite good, a bit of a shadow in the race. But here we have no way that's 1 second. Might be 1.1. Luke missing out DRS, which might give Maiko the favor of overtaking him. Luke going from attacking to defending.
I have to see in a minute. Obviously, we've got one more DRS edge until obviously the next one at the later stage of the track. It's got one more opportunity here, maybe on that straight over the other side of the track. Doesn't look like he's going to get it here, but he must stick behind Luke. Luke getting a little bit wary on the throttle now, as you can just see! And he's in the
crashes
wall.
And he lost a big part of his wing.
He must be absolutely frustrated, but he's still going side by side of him. He's gonna have to pull out. And look at that, so disappointed for Luke. He's had a great race, but
if he goes to pit, it will give Sam probably a podium.
This has literally been the race of commentator curses, it looks like, because I just said he's getting a little bit wary on the throttle, and as soon as I say that, he goes
crashes.
I've said like 3 things tonight, and they've all come, well, true in some certain way, obviously.
Are you a wizard, Sam? You can predict the future.
I'm not sure if I am a wizard. I'm not sure that's what a wizard is, but I guess I'm a time traveller somewhat. I guess I've watched this all before, and I've predicted what's going to happen.
It's really strange, but this might give Sam his podium.
Just imagine, though, at the end of the race, both Thomas and AMG both go out, and then Sam wins this race. It's crazy, that will be really crazy, but it's 3 seconds behind him. It's not. It's really a lot, so might Thomas has won the race. But might this be the season of Thomas, or is it going to be Mercedes sending over the... Yeah, it's Mercedes Holland. Het stokje overdragen. Giving obviously it's very early to call right now, since obviously only only one race in, sorry, not 5 laps in.
I think we can really see what is the title contender this race, and probably we have a better view of it next race. But yeah, we'll just have to see it. Luca is stealing the fastest lap from Simon, but the double point finish of Red Bull, I think Monster fighting back from 19th on the grid, and Lucas again also fighting from the back. Really good from them.
Interesting.
Michael is really trying to push the Thomas. Oh, sorry.
Thomas is too far ahead, though, in my opinion. You saw about how difficult it's to overtake here and everything. It's also so difficult to really keep up with the pace right now. And Thomas, he looks like he's set the pace. He's kept composed on this track. Obviously, still
he's really consistent.
Has to keep that composure, but he mustn't get that word that everyone hates me using, because I use it a lot. He mustn't get complacent about it. Obviously, he's likely to win the race, but if he gets complacent or if he gets too confident over himself, he may make a little mistake, and that may put him out of the race.
He just needs to stay calm. Just drive the race, drive your pace. It's keeping focus like he did in Singapore, leading really comfortably but crashing. It wasn't even his fault, it was the fault of the famous red wall glitch in Singapore, which took out almost 7 drivers, I think. Oh, MVG got a 5-second time penalty in ignoring blue flags. I'm
not sure if he ignored blue flags.
Michael got 3-second time penalty.
There we go.
But Michael pushing to Thomas 1.8, coming back from.
Let's see how penalties are going. That's the first penalty from AMG today, so yeah, a bit interested. But Thomas has not got a penalty yet, so he's one warning away though. So he must be careful. And like you said, he must run this race the way he's been running it. Even if he does lose position to AMG, let's say on the final lap, as long as he stays within 3 seconds, he will win this race. He must stay calm and must not concede a penalty. That's all what he must do. Must take corners quite cautiously, but not too cautiously, because he doesn't want AMG to catch up almost immediately.
How many penalties does Sam have?
I think Sam has also 1 penalty, if I'm correct.
And you're just go through the whole top 5, 6.
Well, he's got 1 penalty, and I believe that was a 3-second time penalty from Sam there. Uran has only got 1 warning in the entire race, so a pretty good race from Uran. And of course Alonso picks up a penalty, and he's 1 warning away from another penalty. But obviously, we're talking about Thomas here, obviously, who's going to win this race. It looks like it's going to be a clean race in terms of penalties wise, obviously, unless he gets a penalty in these next 3 laps. So he must be cautious. So if not, it could be a big concern for him.
Yeah, just always what I do. Not that I'm really much in the lead of a race, but when I'm in a hyper scene, I just think I'm lost or something. Just drive calm, don't push the car. Just do this like practice. Just drive calm. Just don't get overheated with the tires. Manage your tires. Just be calm. But what I thought about Lorenzo, he's now in last place, got a couple of incidents, but it's really not what I expected from him. I thought he could have a podium or be even in the top 10. I think it could be easily, but not really showing it. It's only race 1 of the 15 we have. And what is next circuit? It's probably being China. Just take a look. Next race is, it's Spain, which is a track from Micah, as we saw him protesting. He's really fast on the track. It's like his home base, his track. And then we have Britain, which is the home base of Sam, where he got his 3rd or 2nd pole. And then China, Monaco. Monaco, I'm going to call it my 1 season anniversary of commentating. But yeah.
Well, if you look at AMG right now, he's 1.2 seconds behind.
Really
Thomas has got now 2 laps to go, 2 final laps to go. But obviously, AMG knows that he's going to lose this race unless he overtakes and gets a 3-second gap to Thomas. Unless, of course, Thomas gets a penalty or gets another warning. 1 more warning is a penalty for him.
So, and the same is for Sam. He needs to stay 3 seconds clear of Jordan, otherwise he loses his podium position, and I don't think he wants that.
2 Ferraris are now kind of spaced out, so there's no Ferrari to help the other one.
And P7 trying to push to the racing point of Ice-T. He might have Oh, he got the fastest lap.
Terrible. He will have the fastest lap of the race, expectedly, but let's just keep on board though with the race winner. Look how close AMG is now. He's within a second. He must clear Thomas, but he must clear him cleanly. Putting this pressure under Thomas will make Thomas maybe make a mistake and maybe cause him to have a penalty. Obviously these 2 corners are the corners where you usually see something like that, but he's gone through them pretty cleanly. You've got to be careful because he's got 1 more lap to get around, and he must not get another warning.
Oh, there's yellow in sector 3.
Who could that be? We don't know. Coming around the final few corners, there's no sign of cars anywhere. I'm not sure what it was, but it's now gone. Look how close to AMG is. Is he going to try and get the move done on the final lap here?
I know, I think he just accepts the P2 and just be smart and don't run into Thomas, or he's just going to give it everything.
He must give it everything. In my opinion, he's got so close to it. And look at him, he's
trying to push Thomas.
Thomas is now going to feel the pressure. Thomas must be careful. Like I said, he's one warning away from getting a penalty.
Mighty wants to push Thomas to get a penalty. That's his tactic. And then overtake him.
Let's see what he can do. Obviously, it's going to be very close between these two. And look at Thomas, he's
struggling with his tyres.
Both of them are starting to struggle with the tyres. I believe that AMG was struggling as well, but look at Thomas. Thomas looking up a little bit.
But didn't really affect his corner.
Let's see what he does on the straight here. It looks like AMG is not closing in on him at all. Obviously no DRS through here, but he will have DRS through the next section just after this. Thomas has cleared probably the last obvious possibility of a penalty. Now it's up to AMG to pass him here. Is he going to get it done? No, he's not.
He's being smart. Don't want to.
At his current car, it looks like Thomas is going to win the race. 2
corners to go for Thomas and Maiko. Oh yeah, and it's a race win for probably Thomas.
It looks like Thomas is going to come around the final corner unless he makes some dramatic mistake, and he's going to win the first race
of the season after starting P4 or P5. Good race from him. He might be winning this season. And it's going to be 1-3-4 Williams. Is it going to be? Probably it is. Yes, Sam coming home P3. Jordan has no penalties, but he come home with P4. Good finish for the Ferrari. Don't forget to mention that in P4 and P5. Good way to finish the first race. Luke in P6. Ice-T in P7. Monster after starting 19th place coming home in P18. You deserve an applause for that as well, my friend. Lucas in P9. Yeah. And Yellen probably coming home in P10 after starting P13 or P12. I don't know it. But man, this was a good first race, didn't you think that? What do you think that?
It's a very good race indeed. Obviously, Thomas winning the first race of the season. It's going to be interesting to see what how the champion will respond in the next race, of course. But anyone who wins it next race. But league next week. Where are we at next week?
Spain. That's really the track of Maiko.
Well, this is going to be up for him then to obviously deliver. Next week, Thomas will be leading the championship out of round 1. Of course, only one round, so the winner of this race is leading the championship. Excuse me there, but obviously, like you said, it is a track for AMG next, and obviously that could cause a lot of change in the standings in the next race.
Yeah, he might. You don't know what's going to happen. Probably if he doesn't crash, Maiko wins, but you never know. But this is the first race of season 4. This is the race final. It's win from Thomas in second place. We have Maiko, then we have Sam, then we have Joran, Steve in P5, Ice-T in P6, Luke in P7, Monster in P8, Paul and Lucas are in P9, Renzo in P10, Simon in P11, and we have the lappers SHR, Lorenzo, Rafa, and then again SHR, then the DNFs Marco, Henris, Paul, Enrique and Jamil are the guys who didn't finish this race, but we had again a full grid lineup, so I'm really happy with that. But yeah, I hope to see you guys next week in the first race of this, or the second race of this season. Yeah, I'm going to say yeah, bye bye to you all, and I hope to